So
Yeah, you're gonna go first because
okay.
I'm gonna make you go first because I make a coffee. Well, not coffee. I'm making hot chocolate because I don't like coffee. But yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let me just start this up.
I still can't hear anything, bro.
What do you mean? Oh, cause your ear?
At both ears.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I told you you need to stop letting your dog do weird things to your ear. Yeah, drip, drip, drop. There it goes in your gasm, coming out the side of your face. Memory banks. So, but yeah, you want me to start or is that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay?
Yes, please.
All right, so guys, welcome to the Asian journey. All right, it's gonna be fun. Learn how to be a doctor. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so where are we? Where were we? What did we talk about last night? So last night I was a big proponent. A big proponent. We had this low pit in. All right, so let me just go back in time. Hopefully my trading view does not take a shit on me right now. Start new, and then where were we? We were right around here. All right, so we'll say about midnight. That was a little bit after. But when I came on last night, I was like, man, I don't really like where we bounced. All right, we bounced off of the edge of this volume node, and we didn't really fix anything here. All right. So I was of the thinking that what, we could see this low get ran and then tag into 87. All right. My idea of trading this was kind of off. All right. I wanted to see this first, but what we ended up getting was a purge of liquidity from here, a retest of this node, then they sent it down. All right, so I guess they needed a little bit more rocket power before they sent it back down. All right, but guys, I made the point yesterday, and this was told to me that my volume nodes look like lips, but you get one of these going on here, you typically dick around and bounce off of the nodes. All right. Like I see ranges form within these low volume areas. All right. So let's go back to regular time and see what we got. There was a really good trade last night. A really, really good trade last night at midnight that I completely wasn't awake for. So, which was this right here. All right. So we came up, swept liquidity straight into the node. All right. Now, how you would have played it, like if I would have shorted this thing, I probably would have been quick to take profit. Like I said, guys, whenever we hit one of the nodes, I usually take profit around the low volume node. You tend to get bounces from that area. All right. And we kind of did. If you look, so the lowest portion of this volume node, which is, I guess, this one and this one. I don't really like calling it that. I like picking more of the middle, but we'll just call this just for the example's sake. All right, we came up, tapped this high volume node up along the top, smashed back down into these imbalances that were left behind, and then away we go. That's why I mentioned that when I take these trades, I like to take profit in areas of balance within the middle because you tend to get some type of reaction when you get to that area. All right, think about it. There's not too many traders there, so whenever you get to that level, people are seeing the same thing I'm seeing. They're like, "Hey, that looks like a good," and you see people bidding into those levels or selling into those levels. All right, you typically see a reaction. Now, if you would have sat here and expected, okay, I'm taking a short here and I'm going to take profit all the way down here, you would have round tripped because this thing decided to go FU Asia, smack out all of these shorts from the end of the Asia session, and then head back down. All right. So this play, this would have probably been a play where I could have seen, and this happened what? around 11 in the morning. So I definitely think this could have been something where you take a market off of the break of the volume node. All right, because we swept liquidity. We had a tap, and you could tell this was just a deviation. So once we got back underneath this node, that could have been a riskier play, and you wouldn't have to necessarily look for that retest. All right. That's a situation where I would be a little bit more gung ho. I'm like, oh crap, this was just a liquidity sweep. All right, cool. We're underneath the node. Let me just hop into a trade. And I don't know if we had anything there. Like you had a just a normal BOS, but you didn't have a change of structure. This isn't a change of market structure. Yes, sure, there's internal or downward structure right here where we make a lower low, but we're not breaking any super important previous lows or pivot points. So the market structure trade, in my opinion, I'm sure Phoenix on like the 30-second chart, 1 minute chart, there's something in there that you could have gotten in on the break of structure. But once
Yes.
you, yeah, I know you're probably looking at that, man, freaking. But once you broke underneath this, even here, yeah, sure, you would have had a more wide risk to reward. You would definitely have to cover this previous high when we break underneath it, even though it came back up. But if you kept this kind of in a safe area, you would have been straight to take this back down to, again, I take profit in the low volume nodes. So from here, the break of the node over the previous high down to the, let's just say the top of that one. All right, that's a 3R trade. Now, if you got big balls and you want to take it all the way down in the node, which I don't recommend because I just showed you an example where it round tripped on that. That could have been around a 6R trade coming into it all on the short. Um, and the long was there also, guys. The long was there also based upon things that I've talked about before. This was a little bit more low time frame, but what did we get? Break of the level, come back over, retest, away you go. That's pretty sick, man. I'm sorry. This would have been a killer long to get into. All right. Again, you're taking like guys, we're in a larger downward trend. So I'm taking profit real quick on these. I'm taking profit on structure breaks or any type of purge of liquidity because there's nothing telling me that we're going to bounce all the way back up to this node up here. All right. So now what do we got to look for? All right. We are obviously ranging within this low volume node. We are trying to put volume in here. All right. But remember, this is the local range. This is the local range that I have pulled right now. Let's see the higher time frame and see what it would be across the entire. Hold on. Let's move this over. 12-hour. Hold on. There we go. So yeah, even on the higher range or the larger pool, you can tell that we have an imbalance from all the way up at 91,415 down to 87,535. So the other one, the mini one right here that we rejected at just now at 90.1 doesn't really show up on the larger time frame volume pool. That's essentially why I've been taking so much, like I've been using the local volume pool because I know that we have a volume structure within that area. I know that we have a low volume node here and a low volume here as well. There's three important levels sitting within this larger low volume level. All right. So yeah, the macro is great. I love using the macro whenever I can. You can see I have a macro pool somewhere on my chart, but just for this, just because of where we're trading, I want to see, because what we know from the larger pool is that we got this. Now let's zoom in, use the microscope a bit, and look at what's within that low volume node. And it shows that we have this guy and this guy here. And this lower one is what we're playing in now. All right. So like I said, we are up around resistance right now. I'm not gonna be like, oh, we're going to the moon, but there's a good chance because of how much we've tagged into this, we could possibly see a run on this liquidity, a retest, and then coming back up. I didn't run the liquidity on my doodle. There we go. All right, so a run on the liquidity there, a retest, and then up to 91.4 just to clear that entire low volume node. But in the same token, so you could have this, boom, or right now we just catch the retest because again we had a purge. Now we're trying to retest it and we're coming back down. All right, so there's a lot below us. For more of a bearish outlook, we have this wall of imbalances over here that we could mitigate into. Same deal with these. All right, you know how I use the volume profiles. The candlesticks are the same concept. Areas of imbalance are typically where a range or some type of back and forth price action goes. You know what I mean? Like usually like you'll have price action like that and then all of a sudden you'll notice that you'll range in there before you take off or you dump. Um what I can see right now on the 15, this area right here to fill this imbalance would be pretty nice. You would clear all of these imbalances, but I'm honestly looking at this, and I know we use the terminology different, Phoenix. This flip. So, what I consider a flip is an area that actually worked for a little bit, but then gets ran through after the fact versus a breaker that you just run through and then you come back and retest it. So let me get these doodles out of the way. So I could definitely see this flip right here, which is it's a breaker block. It's a regular break, like it's a breaker block, but I call it a flip because it's already shown to be resistance. So I personally think that we can come down and probably get some type of reaction around this area, whether it be near the top or fill the whole entire gap and then react off this little 15-minute order block. So I have a couple areas right now that I'm keeping an eye on. That's one of them. Higher time frames, you get to the 1 hour. Let me see. You get to the 1 hour, this starts kind of changing. That little breaker block is just a couple candles there. Um, you do have the wall of imbalances still, which it does look like on the hour time frame we just bounced off of them, uh, which is not too bad. That's what you would like to see. Usually, when you see these BPRs or wall of imbalances, you don't really like to start filling all of it because you'll get sucked into the quicksand and you'll stay there and you'll be sitting in a trade a lot longer. Usually, you just want to see a bounce off of them. All right, cool. You know, so this looks good for now, but I am keeping an eye out of that area here. I am keeping an eye out for a possible trade of the back test for a short, but I'm going to keep the risk low. I'm not really going to go super crazy because, like I said before, we could very easily pop up, come up here, and take out these highs. All right, because guys, kind of like what we had right here, kind of like what we had right here, we have on a little bit of a larger scale up here. So, maybe they're in the business of just shitting on shorts right now. Like that's what they want to do. All these late shorters who tried to get in at the bottom of the move, they're all getting wrecked. So uh, I haven't switched my bias to bullish. I'm not saying I'm bullish right now because I would be more bullish down here to come up to here. But I don't feel bullish when we're sitting right at resistance. I do like that we're kind of consolidating underneath resistance. Hopefully that gives us enough firepower to get up to the next range or the next rung of volume nodes. All right, but it's hard to get super bullish at the top of a move. Just like it's hard to get bearish at a bottom of a move, no matter how sweet the setup is, and sometimes you catch them, but like when you're getting down here and stuff and you see a move after you already had a 4% day or a 3% day, like it's kind of like, damn, should I really be shorting the lows right now? Um, But yeah, I don't know. I'm not mad on what I'm seeing. We bounced from an area we were expecting a bounce from. Something that all of us talked about last night. We had a rejection from an area that we knew we were going to have a rejection from, or that we could have a high possibility of having a rejection from. So right now we're just maintaining the range. If they don't break it, we could keep dicking around in here, guys. This is not, you can see how little volumes within this area of the range. All right, we zoom out, which is weird. All right, I will say it is weird because look how much we've traded within here. We have this big old Christmas range. We've had this big old Christmas range. We've also had this little bit here, but you can see near the beginning of this, we were just slicing through this. So what's this showing is that there's not that much volume around this area, but you can see people are willing to trade this area, which is good. It's good for us. People want to trade an area. Awesome. Let me hop on the coattails and ride these trades up to the next node. All right. But yeah, man, we're doing what we're supposed to. We're at nodes. Like, again, the big thing I want to see is a break of this node. I would like to see a break of this node and a retest. I might take the risk on getting involved on the retest of this once we get above it. I'm sure I'm sure there's something down here that I could have got into, but I'm too late, guys. I'm too late. This is pretty nice. A sweep into the damn. That would actually would have been kind of juicy. But it's on the 1 minute. I don't like the 1 minute. I'm not a degen like freaking White Phoenix. This guy is like the 1 minute whisperer. He's so freaking good at it. But me, you know, I'm kind of special when it comes to the super low time frames. But yeah, so keep an eye out for 90.1 ish around that area. Um, look, if you did get in, these could all be targets. Or if you got in at the low on the sweep, understand that we do have big fat resistance above us. Um, but right now, I'm kind of apish. I'm not bullish nor bearish. I understand this is going to be an important area, whether it be a bullish retest or whether it be a bearish rejection. And then I'll just look to trade it down to the next node. Like, honestly, I would look to trade it. If we reject from here, this is going to be the end target with a take profit in the middle. All right.
Where is your node up? You got 90, 131. Scroll
Sorry.
up a little bit.
Sorry. So I got 91.3,
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Hold
91.31.
on. Writing that down. 91.3,
Yeah.
90.1. Yeah.
And then the 87.5. Those are the three main ones. And then we got these
Okay,
up
now
here.
I need you to look a little higher for me. Now look up towards 93, 94. What's there?
I got 92.7. Hold on. I got 95.4.
No, that's too high. Okay,
You're
92.7 then. I like that one.
you're talking about this consolidation here.
Yes.
Yeah, I like 92.7 because I think that's also, if you guys zoom in, this is another way you guys can use volume profiles looking at the ranges, and that's the POC of this previous range up here.
Yeah, I like that. That's my next go-to zone. Actually, that's where
Yeah,
I think we're gonna get some from.
yeah, man, freaking, you know, guys, like this move was caused. Not saying that we don't have a little bit of bearishness in the charts, we don't have major bearishness, but remember the velocity of this move was mainly emotions based upon possible tariffs. You know what I mean? So, like, all it takes is a fart in the wind positive to be like, oh, there's no tariffs, or oh, we should buy now, you know, and we're gonna
Well, I can't believe that
huh?
people still react. I can't even get over the fact that people believe him anymore.
Hey, did you hear him? He's
Like,
telling
bro,
he's telling everybody to buy, bro.
what?
He says the stock market's gonna double.
Oh, he's fucked.
Is he?
Yeah.
Last time he told everybody to buy, it was the absolute low of the market.
Okay.
Did you not notice that? Freaking he told everybody, and I'm just gonna pivot here. I'm done with the TA on this, but it was down here. He told everybody, he's like, "Oh, this is a great time to buy." and then we took off what, freaking 7, 8%, 7%.
Yeah.
That's, freaking this guy. This guy's not an idiot. He's making sure all of his people are making money. And look, guys, this is old TA that's showing these areas. Look, current range, LV, and volume imbalance. What are we doing? Hanging out in this area. The one
I thought you
thing,
said that right before the dump, bro. That's what. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chicken Nugget's right, man. I think he said it right before the dump,
did
and then
he?
it dumped. And yeah, I'm like 90% sure. Because I was gonna say, really? Are you sure? Because I remember it dumping after he said that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe we're all
Maybe.
wrong.
Yeah, don't listen to Eric Trump. God forbid you listen to him. You'll be wrecked in a day.
Let me see. Let me see. There's no. What day was this? I wish it would show the actual post from Truth
Here, I'll
Social.
chat GPT, bro. Ask chat GPT. She'll tell you. Nancy will tell you.
Is that Nancy?
Yeah.
Why do you call it Nancy?
I don't know. It's just a thing.
April 9th, 2025, I'm assuming. All right, so April 9th, 2025. We'll do the ES just because
Obviously, we went up from there. Sure.
what did I say? April 9th?
Yeah.
So,
You're in November.
yeah, I am. Where was it? Was it?
April 9th, bro. It's further back. Yeah, it's even lower. It's got to be even lower than that.
Yeah.
Way back.
No, I'm in
But
freaking 2020. What's it called? Am I in
what
2020?
was? Yeah, you're
Oh,
in the right year.
no, I'm just in the wrong time frame. I'm sorry, man. I thought I was in the like weekly. That's why I was like looking. I was like, "Oh shit." Sorry, man. I'm kind of special.
You door with time. I swear to God,
What?
you are like you and him. You can't do it or something, man. Like I don't know.
We're boomers, bro.
Oh, you should have seen Thor last night. He was pulling a measurement tool. I was like, bro, I pulled it like 15 weeks over. He's like, I'm on it though. Oh my God.
So look, this is where it dumped. This is where he tweeted.
Okay.
Actually on this black candle, April 9th. And that was the low. Like that was the low. So hey man.
He told everybody to buy because he knew shit was looking bad. He's like, how can we save? How can we save the stock market? Oh yeah, tell everybody I'm going long.
No,
Man, that guy
and
has so much.
he knew he
He's
was
all
gonna
for
drop.
American.
He was gonna
He knows
drop
what he's doing.
tariffs. He knew he was gonna drop tariffs. He knew he was gonna be a lot more lenient with everything. So,
Yeah, in this market game, bro. Can you imagine all of his close friends? They're making bank.
oh,
Just wait
for
for
sure.
Donald to say something.
Oh,
By the way, I did short this time. We'll see if I get wrecked.
you shorted it.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
already in at 913. Yeah, 89, 913. My stop's at 90K. I'm not playing games. Either I get stopped for a 0.5% on this, or I'll take. Listen, I'm just taking a small trade. I think. I'll share my screen. I'll share. Okay, everybody, close your eyes for a second. Yeah, I might get wrecked on this trade actually, but yeah, this is just not my template, my friend's template, but I've grown accustomed to it.
It's not white.
But yeah, no, it's not because it can't really have a white background with all this stuff. It just doesn't blend well. So I did try a little short, but it might fail because we just SFP'd this low right here. Yes, I was looking at the 1, 2, 3 distribution, so I might de-risk this right now actually. Not really much of a move to de-risk on, but I'm only in 0.5%. You know what? I'll eat the 0.5%. I'll eat the 0.5%. It's not
What
worth me de-risking that trade.
what charts are
So here's
those?
what I was looking at. What chart is that? That's a 30-second.
That's all
Right. So here's what
Bitcoin.
I want.
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything.
okay.
Yeah. Everything here is Bitcoin, bro. This is
Got you.
30-second, 1 minute. This is my 2 minute. This is my 5 minute. This is my 15. This is my 1 hour.
Roger that.
So I can see it all at once. I want to see it all at once, right? So as you can see, if we look over here on the panel on the far right and I zoom it in, as you can see, we have what? We have a unfinished hourly candle right here, right? So that's obviously a target of mine. If I switch to 4 hour time frame, what do you see? You see a massive wick. What does Thor always say? What do wicks get? They get sticks, right? That's another process as to why I think we could come down here because of this massive, ugliest looking thing I've ever seen. Actually, it's a terrible looking candle with no follow through. That's the kind of candle that you want to break the range. The fact that it's stalled before taking the range high is a big red flag. I think we have a good chance at recovering most of this. Very, very high possibility that we're going to come down and recover most of that. And actually, I would actually shoot more towards the little bit of an accumulation phase that we've had, or rather range phase that we've had on a lower time frame. So you see this 50-minute order block right here. I'll outline that order block. This 50-minute order block right here, uh, I'm watching for a mitigation of this zone, but I also think that you could be right in terms of what the play is. So I'm accepting that. I'm mentally prepping myself for that as well in case this is not the short. My plan B is obviously to look for a short on a lower time frame. So let me close out of here very quickly. I'm going to go back to the 1 hour, and I'm going to go into here. Yeah, I guess we can go to this one right here. So my plan B essentially is going to be looking at a move up into this untapped order block here, which is actually your high volume node. Yes, it's a 30-second order block. That doesn't matter, okay? So what we could be receiving here, if we do manage to somehow not dump from here, which I think we're going to, it looks dumpy. We'll see if we can get below VWAP. My orange line is a VWAP here. If we can get below VWAP, I suspect we'll probably continue down like this, back towards these lows here. They look like crap, by the way. This is my TP1 basically. Um, TP1 should be VWAP, by the way, but I'm a little greedy with it. So it's going to be. I'm putting myself to break even now, by the way, for the record. Ooh, somebody's gigalong in that right there. So I might get stopped there right now. Oh, it hurts. I just got stopped there.
Oh, 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 it's a
Oh, what was
vector
that?
too.
I think I got. Let me check. I'm actually on KSEX on that one, so maybe I didn't. Might have not got stopped there. Let me see. Did I get stopped there on that?
No, but
No,
you're
I
about
didn't.
to now. I thought it was going for round two. The next
Uh,
candle.
You can get stopped there, but this isn't really this vector doesn't that's not what I want to see for a continuation up unless it has another one. So
Yeah.
this following candle here is not a vector. Chances are it's going to grind down and fill it, right? So I might be safe. I might be safe.
Yep.
I might be safe. We'll see. I don't really care. Oh no, I'm fucked. Well, there goes that. The distribution failed. Okay, I'll admit the distribution failed. Listen. I'm okay with that.
It's a
I'll take a new
30-second
trade.
distribution though, the like those work sometimes, but the lower time frame, the lower chance, right?
Yeah, as long as I'm not going to take any just distribution. It has to be in an area that makes sense. This area made sense for me to try because you had an obvious manipulation model here, and you had lower low, lower high, lower low, structure break across. This zone was basically my supply range of interest, and I seen a distribution inside of it. It's also your um, oh geez, what else was there? Oh, POC of the range. So if I go to this chart, you can see, or not this chart, sorry, this one right here. You can see it was the point of control of the range, but as you can tell, out of nowhere, they just like insanely FOMO bought this thing. So maybe we do get a rotation up higher towards the Valerie high, possibly SFPing this high, possibly coming into the lick wick of this. Oh my gosh, I do that every time, bro. I gotta remember which tool is the fib tool right here. Maybe we come into this, which would basically be, a lower high kind of play. It might not even make it that high. Maybe they just ran my liquidity. We'll see.
We just
I
tagged
want it
that.
to hit the second order block.
We just tagged that POC that I was talking about earlier.
This might have
90.1.
been the score right here. This might have been it. This might have been it. This
Yeah.
might have been it. I'm waiting for it back to. If I see this reject again, I'm going to try it again.
Yeah.
Now I'm taking high risk trades. So if you don't like taking high risk trades, don't take them. I'm up big, so I can do that. I'm not going to enter here though, because that's what, like $200 stop loss. Nah, I'll wait. Not for a 30-second entry. I'm not using that big of a stop loss. So I'll wait to see if it comes up again and see if it fails. If I see something like this and it's struggling, pulling down again, I'm going to try it because I think we could have another like little manipulation. I'll tell you what, after a V-shaped return like this, if you break structure here and then back test bearishly, here's a short 100% of the time, you're going to target here. You lose that vector that we just put in, it's a short. Man, I can't believe my stop got hit by $23 on that one, unfortunately. But that's the name of the game, right? Sometimes you get wicked out. So the golden pocket guys are holding it up so far. and we'll see if we get that VWAP loss. That's what I'm looking for. VWAP loss, back test of the VWAP. I'm shorting it, no problem. Or failure to take the high, or yet another SFP of the high like that. I'm taking the trade. I know one thing: losing this low again is going to be the main shindig, right? Like losing this low right here, it's pretty much cooked at that point in time. So I'm going to go back over to here, and wow, look at all those. Man, what the hell is all this volume? Crazy.
Did somebody tweet something?
Maybe. I don't know what that was all about. This just picked up out of nowhere, bro. I think if this didn't, like, I don't know, man. Like that looked like a damn good short trade to me. Surprised it didn't work. I mean, it technically somewhat worked, but I didn't de-risk it, so
Yeah,
I should have de-risked it. But that's okay. Sometimes you got to take the burn. Sometimes you got to take the paper cut, Spartan. Sometimes you do.
facts.
So if we come back up, obviously, I don't know, man. Like I know it makes sense to take the high, sure. I don't know how I feel about that. Like maybe we wick the high volume node. Like your high volume node is at what again? 91 or 90.1?
Yeah, we already hit it. Look, I just put the picture in the chat on Binance. We hit it. So I'm sure on the other exchanges we hit it.
90.1. Yeah.
130. Yeah. Doo, doo, doo.
Technically we hit it earlier, but we deviated through it and then we came back
Yeah.
under it.
No.
So it could
Yeah. It's been playing around with that node. Like because we're within that low volume vacuum, man, where we just ping pong off of both sides. So
check open interest here.
that was a huge pump up on that open interest earlier today. Jeez.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 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 definitely. Um, I'm looking for a trade now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking for a trade now.
Those guys,
So
dude, those guys might get wrecked. Those shorts, because that's shorts that where that open interest lined up at that big green
here's the
candle.
thing. This right here is a major bearish absorption for me. See that? This is longs getting trapped to me easily right here. I know it's not one for one. It actually technically it goes down to here, really, the div.
Yeah,
But that's showing me that people were absolutely hammering long in a place that they shouldn't have been hammering long, and they got entirely absorbed, right? And that's why we had this big retracement down here. So overall, right now, though, from the confinement of this range, technically, it makes more sense to make a lower low based on open interest, in my opinion. It does. It really does.
that makes
If we lose
sense.
this POC again and back test, we're going to lose VWAP. And like I said, the lower this goes, you lose this point of control, you lose the low we just put in. That's definitely coming down to the low. If I see this, I'm absolutely trying again. 100%. 100%. No question. Take that 10 times out of 10. Hit your high volume node. Actually, a reaction off that high volume node would have been a good short scalp right there, but it's not really doing a whole lot yet. Um, I have an alert set. I'm going to put one here. We'll see if we get it. I'm looking for a low risk, high reward, low risk, high reward. Yeah, low risk, high reward kind of entry. Um, and here's what I've been really looking at, bro. Not this so much, but on the higher time frame, here's my fractal, right? So basically, what we have here is almost a copy paste kind of scenario, right? Where this is 2022 on the left. This is 2022, and this is 2026. Right, so you have your 2022 and you have your 2026. Now, what do you see right off the bat? You got your liquidity curve up, manipulation, manipulation. You have a demand zone that failed to deliver higher highs, put in a lower high and then a lower low. That's called a flip. Okay, I call that a flip. This is now supply. It's flipped supply, so it's demand to supply, right? In this case here, what do you have over here on the right in 2026? You have demand. That's flipped supply because it could not put in a higher high because it came down and basically you did this into demand. If this is your order block, you did this, broke through it, now you're flipping it as supply, right? That's exactly what's happening here. So look what you had back then. You had a very aggressive range in both directions. What do we have here forming so far? Let me just turn off this part of it. What do you see? A very aggressive range again, just like we had back then. Up and down, up and down, up and down. I suspect we will likely produce a very similar range that's actually going to probably appear as an accumulation at first. I wouldn't be surprised if we even swept that low. And again, I'm not looking candle for candle. So if you're trying to do that, you're not going to get the same result. But my end goal here is I do believe at some point we could easily come into here, maybe even wick past the supply zone to take out that weekly or correct that weekly candle, right? The weekly candle is corrected at 93,630 according to Coinbase. Now I'm using Coinbase because it was my only clean chart. That's what I have at my disposal. So basically, I expect chop, 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 chop. Maybe it breaks up. I don't know how fast. Maybe it happens sooner than I think. I don't know. But I am still looking for lower high, lower low as of now. Even if we do come up to here, even if we hit 95K, I'm still thinking we're probably going to put in a lower high, lower low. The zone that you said was at what, 92.3, 92.4?
No, 91,399. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You're right. You're right. My bad. 92. Shit. Sorry. I'm on my phone now. So 92 4ish around that area
There's a high volume node on the lower end of this
to 92
split
6. So somewhere in there. You could just draw the POC from that little mini range where you have the order block and you'll get the actual node that we're looking at.
Coinbase. So no, might not work. Hold on.
I like Coinbase's chart, man. Their chart's cool. Like their volume's on point. I just hate the super crazy wicks they get sometimes.
I mean, it's close. It's
Close.
close. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
nine.
yeah. Exactly, man. Like
Yeah, I don't
fucking.
know, man. I think it's one for one looking. I don't know if anybody else has noticed this or not, but to me, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, this is a no-brainer. Like, this is almost, it's not one for one candle speaking, but it looks damn copy and paste to me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it will look like an accumulation. People like the objective of accumulating here in the accumulation part of the range for a power of three is to trap even the best of the best into thinking this is going to happen. Right? That's why people get so giggle long in here. Long, 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 long. And you got to ask yourself, okay, this is what I said back in 2022 on a stream. I know I did. I said, why go to here, bring price all the way back? You can actually find my stream from this if you really want to look back in the Discord. You can find my stream where I talked about this. I talked about here. I talked about here. I mean, it's there. I don't know how far you got to look, but it's gonna be a while of scrolling. Put it that way. But it is available. Now that being said, why would they push price up to here, break the range high? If the objective was here and the objective was here, why push up, break the damn high after what? Months and months and months of consolidation with many places for Mr. Market Maker or makers to get involved in at this price point just to bring it back to this same price point again and then pump it off to 100K? Like what? Where like if common sense, tells me anything, that tells me like you have to be mental to believe that, It just doesn't make any sense, man. What sense is there to be made? Now, sometimes things that make no sense happen. I agree. But I mean, here, it never made sense back here. Like, what did price do by coming back to this zone again? I'm not talking about, this exact range. I mean, price point wise. Why bring it back to 38.5 down here when you already spent multiple days over 2 weeks at that price point? You get what I'm saying? Like they had so much time to buy that level. Why would it make any sense to bust through a range high, come back in, accumulate all over again at the same level that you accumulated for weeks already, and then go up again? That's how you trap people. Okay, it's called a trap. It's literally called a trap, guys, and don't fall for it because you can still scalp the trap, sure. I'm scalping the trap, but I know I'm not aiming for 100K out of here unless I have a damn good reason, and it's going to take a lot for me to be convinced otherwise. So, again, same logic applies. And here's another problem. What didn't they do back then? They didn't grab all this liquidity right here. Not even the internal lows. What happened over here? Did we grab any? Nope. We got all these bad boys left. Same exact thing. The fact that we couldn't grab those Christmas time lows screams at me and says, look back at 2022 because that's what they did then. If they had to grab these lows with a nice sell to buy, maybe then it made a little more sense to try the highs again. Sure. But as of right now, I literally see the exact same thing. I see this happening right here. I don't know, man. I don't know how people don't see that, but some people, are a little obsessed with a high number. I get it, but that's why we always trade. Not, I guess we shouldn't predict, but I mean, in a situation as blatantly obvious as this one, I can't help myself but to predict because it's so blatantly obvious. But yeah, I'm still gonna scalp the range for what it is. If we do run these lows here, that would be a good thing. A more bullish thing, of course. But until these lows, or at least the Christmas lows or holiday lows, are taken out, I mean, again, it doesn't make any sense from a market making standpoint to do what they're doing here. It really doesn't make a lick of sense. Um, Prove me wrong. I'm willing to be proved wrong. I'll admit if I'm wrong. Okay, I don't care. I just don't think I am. Right? I just don't think I am. Anyhow, that's all fun and games doing the higher time frame stuff. I just wanted to explain the chart that I shared a couple hours ago because I didn't really write much of an explanation with it. But that's kind of my thinking, right? Again, common sense really takes you a far ways into trading. You really got to ask yourself, how does this make any sense? And here's a great example. Go back and try to ask yourself, how did it make any sense to go from here to here when you were already trading here for so long and market makers had weeks to buy at these levels? Why do you think they're going to let price come back to their entry again? The only way they're going to let that happen is if they already reversed their position up here. Okay? That's the only way they're letting that happen, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, thought I'd share that news. Okay. So as of right now, okay, there hasn't been a short yet. Obviously, I took a premature short, lost 0.5% on it. Not a big deal, It was worth a try for me either way because it was a decent little scalp area. I should have de-risked that one, but I wasn't logged in quick enough to throw my stop to break even, and I'm okay with that. I'm going to go to a clean chart. Not exactly clean, but better looking chart. Let me just turn some stuff off here. Don't really need that, I guess. We can turn that off. But here's my next zone, right? Again, if we start failing structure at any point in time, what we could be looking at here is, overall downward structure continuation from the top down. Lower low, lower high, slight lower low. It could be a lower high and then another lower low, maybe, or maybe Spartan's area gets hit, or maybe we're mitigating the upper supply zone again. And this whole thing is what though? It's a range, right? We're in ranges within ranges within ranges here. So let me clear this off the drawing board very quickly. This thing's looking. We might actually make our way up to here. I don't know if you said you had anything at 90.1 again or no, or do we just break past your HVN? AWOL wrestler. All right, yeah. So this
That's
whole blue
Bybit,
box
right?
here. Yes.
Let me double
Yeah.
check and make sure.
So the whole range up here actually is I mean, it's just range. You're literally just trading in a range here. You know what I mean? Like this is literally just that. It's a range. Now we didn't take out previous day high. Maybe it's a previous day high sweep. Maybe what we're looking for is this. I know the first sign I see any kind of evidence to actually execute again, which obviously now I'm going to be waiting for a little bit better. Like even the structure here got faked out. You got to watch out for that kind of stuff too, right? You see how they broke the structure one way? They did a V-shaped return on the structure point. So if you entered on the break here, you would have got burned. And that will happen sometimes. I call that a fear loss. There's not much you could have done to really change that, unfortunately. Um, you guys have to wait and be patient now, right? So if we see any evidence of failure coming up around this value area high, I'll look for a rejection. In fact, even if it puts in like a lower high here again and does that, I'm going to try another short. If we come into this supply wick right here, I will try a short on that. Otherwise, I'm going to watch to see if we get above it, lose structure in here again, and then I'll trade this, which is another front run of the previous day high. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to deviate this high without taking out your previous day high at the same time. I think you'd probably take out both. And I suggest if you're looking for that reversal trade, because it doesn't make sense to follow up with longs halfway up a range. You're in the extreme premium of both ranges right now. Not only this range, but your big range, this massive range right here, you are literally trading in the top end. You're paying a premium price for Bitcoin right now relative to the range, to the trading range. So if this is your midpoint of your range, premium, discount, right? If this is the midpoint of this range, again, premium, discount. You are in double premium pricing. Do not look for longs in here. If anything, you could look for a back test after a breakup with maybe an accumulation. Try to get involved for the next push up if you can actually break past this high. That's a big if, right? I think it's more likely we deviate here, and I could be wrong, but I think it is more likely statistically that we deviate or reject somewhere's here, reject somewhere's up here. That's kind of what I'm shooting for right now, for at least a back test of 86.7 down to about 88.2. So 86.7 to 88.2 is more or less my confluence zone for potential longs if we do make our way down. That was kind of my target. Previous day low, maybe. Not too sure about that one, but maybe. Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting for scalps. Now, as far as the other scalps go, I did share a few. I posted in my channel. There's a few of them. Unfortunately, I deleted that chart, so I can't really post that, but I can share an update. If I go into my channel here, I'll three of them actually worked out nicely. Three of them worked out nicely, but I'll just share an update in the chat so you guys can see that for those that maybe didn't see it. Because I deleted the chart. There's nothing I can do there. So this is the result of that. So there was a short. Again, I was asleep for the short. I was asleep for the long. I did not miss the second long on the yearly open touch, but I got in a little bit later because I wasn't too sure of it. I added on that move that I told you guys about. Once we broke the daily open, had a little bit of a back test. Wick just almost hit my lick wick. Yeah, I think I see that. Oh shit, it did hit my lick wick. Look at that. Gosh dang, man. I wasn't fast enough. I should have had a limit order set right there. Streaming kills gains, guys. So I hope you guys know that would have been like a, what, 5K plus profit right there, bro. That would have been a 5K move for me right there. So I hope you guys appreciate the streaming because I'm losing money. Damn, bro. That's exactly what I was just waiting for. Yeah, that was it. I think we're going to get cooked from here. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, man.
I shorted the node. The freaking once we broke back underneath it. I'm in at freaking ninety 50 on Bing
Just
X.
for reference, you had a $23 stop loss on my liquid. You would be up 7% if you took that seriously. 7% on that move. Doesn't matter that it moved $180. If you did the math correctly, you could have been giga short on that. And actually, it might be like a 50-hour win by the time it goes down. If we don't come back up, but I mean that does look like a nice sell-off wick. So
Yeah.
that's okay.
I,
Maybe sometimes you get really lucky and you get a double back test. So I will plan for something else here. To at least, I'm looking to shoot the whole way down myself. So I don't know why everybody thinks fees. Listen, I open up 50 Bitcoin positions with $30 stop losses all the time. I don't know why everybody thinks that that's an issue. I never understood that. How do fees mess that up? I mean, not really.
do you mark it in?
I'll look at both ways. And if it's a high confluence area, then no, I will set a limit order. Like this should have been a limit order for me.
No.
I was too busy explaining stuff and I forgot to set the order. Yeah. So like it cost me roughly what, $450 to enter 50 BTC
Shit.
one way. 450 in, 450 out.
So
Like that
nine.
should have been
So
there.
$1,000.
900. Yeah, but you gotta remember though, like
Mhm.
if you're in 50 Bitcoin and Bitcoin moves $100, bro, you're already up 5K.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you can bro, I can TP 20% to cover the freaking fee after $100 move, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm. Dude,
And
I'm a
I think that's a big misconception with what can and can't be done with higher position sizes. And I think it's been I don't know why there's this big misconception, but there really is.
yeah.
People are like, oh, Miso fees. The thing is, okay, if you have a problem with fees, go to Mexi or KSEX. My fee rate is 0.01 for market entries, and yes, I can open up that big. KSEX gave me special access to do that, so um, yeah, yeah. Actually, I'm trying to convince them to let me do more than 100 BTC per position. I don't think it's a problem though. I'm just waiting for them to get back to me because I want to open a few more accounts so I can have multiple ones at the same time. Like obviously, I don't want just one account. Because it's standard. I think your standard max risk is like 23 and a half or 24 and a half BTC on KSX, which is more than enough for most people. But it should be higher, really. It should be higher. I don't know what the cap is all about. But and yeah, so the point is, you can have a small move. Listen, do you know how many times I get a $200 move and I'm TP'd half out and I'm up thousands all the time, bro, all the time. And then I can put the stop the break even right away. And I'm not walking. The only way I get screwed with that is if I'm not sure of a level, I take it and then I get a big candle like this push me through, which will happen to me sometimes. And then instead of my stop getting hit here, it gets hit maybe here, and I lose maybe 2 or 3% instead of 1% on those tighter stop loss trades. That can be a problem, but that's why you don't do it in just any random place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're trading on places, listen, I would never pay more than 0.02 on any exchange. I think if anybody's paying 0.06, you better reconsider where you're trading, man, because that is robbery at its finest. You'll never see me pay it. I would quit trading before I pay that. I wouldn't pay it. That's insane. That's absolutely robbery in the highest degree.
Bro, I think it wants to get over this node.
It might, but I'm thinking if I see a rejection here, I think I might give it a go. We'll see. I usually don't like the double lick wick thing, but I'm not really a huge fan of that. That still would have been a damn nice scalp though. It was 7R. Yeah, this is not going to reject. It's going to go up. I think it's going to go up. Yeah, I think you're right. It's going for the Valley area high again. The Asian bulls are out tonight.
I should have put happy faces on their freaking thumbnail instead of whoa.
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
The,
oh.
the Asian degens are out tonight.
Look at this.
Jesus.
Look at that. Did you see
But
that 15-second candle? Look at that thing.
oh, that's 15 second. I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, it didn't move that much. But
Yeah.
geez, those candles are just printing like you're watching bar replay. It doesn't even look like
Yeah, I think okay, maybe it's
the
actually they went a little bit deeper than I would have normally anticipated though for that to happen, but that might just be Bybit, I don't know.
bro.
But I mean,
No.
we'll see.
What's OI look like right here?
Boy, it's bearish OI. You got a higher high on open interest, you have a lower low on price action, it's bearish, but here's the thing. Can't
Yeah.
really confirm that until you break this low.
Yeah, because on the other side of the coin, that could be you have shorts loading into positions right now.
Yeah. But if we break that low, for me, that would indicate that we're likely to at least hit the point of control here and come back for these guys. This vector is going to get recovered fully, I think.
No, that's
I'm not
crazy.
going in again yet. Might take a trade here in a second. We'll see. I'm waiting to see. I kind of wanted to take this order block right here. I didn't want it to reject here after. I mean, it was nice for a scalp, but this isn't really what I want. Like, I want this OB to get touched on the top at. I know it's past your node and all,
No,
but I like
that's
to see it.
yeah, dude. I've told people in all of my streams, man. I don't care about the touches. Like freaking, I know Thor's super like those to the dollar touches. Like the nodes, usually you get deviations around them because what's at a node? Traders. There's people there, so if they get stopped out, it's you need to go past where they are. So typically the play is the purge, break back underneath, retest. That's where you hop into the trade versus
Yeah, you know,
just waiting for the perfect touch. You know?
here's another good one, by the way, for those that have been actually paying attention to what I've been providing recently, because I don't know how many. Yeah, you know what? Whoever was lucky enough to actually pay attention to find this information. I'm telling you, man. Like I've been giving out some really good stuff, but I don't think that was a 15. Wait, now was it a 30? Or was it the 5? I can't remember now. And last night there was a What was that last night? Maybe I wasn't on Bybit. I know it was on KSX though, but let me see. Was it here?
KSX has a chart.
Yeah, they do. I just can't remember what wick I was looking for here. Oh yeah, because I don't have it set to point 0.8 for some reason. What the heck happened there? Should have been set to point 0.8. But anyway, yeah, KSX respected it last night. I always cover the low anyway if I can be more careful with it. But here's another good one right here. Not the, I think that was a 10. No, 15. Yeah, 15. That one came very close. It didn't quite, I don't think it quite hit it. I'm gonna use my magnet tool. No, just missed it. Just missed this one here. If you're using the point 0.5, then yes, it would have hit. Okay, yes, it would have hit, but technically it should be 0.5 to point 0.8. Oh, I don't know what happened to my setting there, bro. That's crazy. I changed that back. Licorice. Lick-a-wick. There we go. Yeah, that I was like, wait a minute, that should have been hit. But yeah, there's been a lot of good ones lately, actually. There's been a lot of good ones lately. In fact, over here, think on the 10, yeah, the 10-minute one right here from today. Look at that. Boom. As soon as you put in the wick, what does price come back for? Right here, and then boom, off to the races you go. That's another good one.
That's hilarious because that's the volume node where it retested that liquid. That's like right
Yeah,
on the money of the volume node.
yeah. And all it is just literally supply and demand wicks. When you have one of significance, I draw it in, right? But I'm refining it a little bit. Again, if you want to learn more about that, then you can go back to my posts from earlier this year. Or sorry, from December. Here's another one right here. Look at that one. Boom. Beautiful. Massive move up from that one. Held it again here for a little bounce. Yeah, that thing's on fire. Listen, I trade them every time I get a chance to, right? I love those things. They work very, very, very well. That one actually. So here's the thing: the 4 hour one right here. Yes, that's why I had it. I already had it drawn pre-stream. But let me go back to this right quick. So really, what that's telling me is that in theory, we have a really good chance of bouncing between 88,726 and 87,829. I'll be honest, I usually don't use them when they're this big. This is a massive one. However, this is where refinement comes in handy because if you go to a lower time frame, what do you see in there? You can tell there's a breaker block body that has not been hit on the I think it was 15. Yeah. Wait, now was that hit? I think it was hit actually, huh? No, I'm lying to you guys. I fib.
That was
Yeah,
the
so that's no good.
that was the flip that I was talking about earlier.
But what do you see down here, right? Like that's way too big of a liquid to use, right? That is insanely stupidly big. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to watch that generalized price range, and I know that we have I know that we have this, right? You can see this. There's a 15-minute order block here. I'll probably pull it down just a little bit long, just to give it a little bit of breather room, because there is a big engulfing candle here. So I'm just going to manipulate this because I know that the liquid zone is actually probably down to here. So I'll probably take it to like that candle body, be a little bit past it, maybe to here, because there's no wick on this candle either. So yeah, there's no wick on that candle. That'll get corrected more than likely at some point. There is, like, it's in my channel. You had to go through my channel when I discussed it in my previous streams from December, early mid December. I gave that information out. It's not something that I will be, publicly broadcasting, obviously, because it works well. It's a little Easter egg that I let go there not too long ago.
Did we sweep that
So
low or no?
it's all about. Listen, I have it in my course too. It's not called that in the course. Obviously, it's more or less wick demand and wick supply. If you can draw on wick demand and wick supply, you can very clearly see what I'm doing. You know. Sorry, what did you say, bro? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear a word you said there. I'm like half deaf right now, bro. I can't hear nothing.
No, I was just saying I was wondering if we swept that low, and I don't think we have yet. Where you have your black line at?
I don't think so. Think so. Waiting patiently though. It looks like we might.
No.
Bearish OI. So
Oi.
you know what though? As much as it'd be nice to get the move from here and all.
Let's
This looks
go.
only like this. But there might be an SMT here actually between ETH and Bitcoin. Let me see.
What is
Wrong chart.
what does SMT stand for? Smart Money Trader?
I hate using the terminology because it's so stupid. Smart money tactic. How like why would you not just call it like
Divergence.
SMD?
Bro, that's wild.
Smart money divergence, bro. You know, why would you not just call it that though? I mean, it makes so much more sense. Like, if I was to name it, I would leave it that.
The
Such a
SMD.
fool. Yeah, it should be called
SMD.
SMD.
SMID. Yep,
Smart money divergence, bro.
exactly.
I mean, why? How is it a tactic? I mean, I bet you that's what they did, and they were like, "Yeah, we can't call it this, because it's not appropriate." Because people have dirty minds like Spartan, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think I'm going to take a short here yet. I don't think I trust it fully yet. But if we start breaking structure down, the problem is you don't really have upward structure here either. I mean, I the way that I see market structure is this, and then this.
No.
The reality is we might break this line here, even though you have that bearish OI, and it might be confirmed. It could still, it could break down, go back up to this high, or it could just deviate, man, like this, and then start climbing up towards the highs again here. I think it's kind of strange to come this far back up. My original plan was here, or or this line here. I thought either A, we'd reject here, B, it would be here, and then even though I knew this was here for a scalp trade, I figured it made more sense to come up to here, or at least take out the highs, than it would be to just like actually die off on the lick wick here. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It's not that great of a lick wick either. To me, I don't call that a great one. No, I just don't call it the name. It's not called lick wick. Like it's just all it is. Literally, bro. It's just drawing the wick. It's wick supply and wick demand. Why it works is because it is a buy to sell in a lower time frame, right? That's all it is. Been using it for years. I've been using it in this server for years without a name. Like literally 5+ years I've been drawing these in and
It's
talking about them directly without a name.
it's not official until you call it the LW. You got to make it into an acronym, or
Like
else
the
it's
wick.
the LW. No, don't, dude. You get your mind out the gutter. Call it a LW, and then it'll be
Got
official.
the old good old LW.
Yeah.
All right. So we do have some zones along the way here if we do make our way down. Okay, what's that? I'm paying 0.04 taker. Man, that's so high, bro. I don't like if you're comfortable paying that 4 times what I pay, then be my guest. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna like if you market in and market out and you're paying those fees, I think that's bonkers. If you're trading with money like decent money or money that you consider like big for you, you're getting raped with fees. I don't know how else to put it. I can't. There's no way to sugarcoat that. I can't sugarcoat that, guys. There's no way. Like I said, you will not catch me paying more than double of what I'm paying now, or I'm just not trading on that exchange. I pay 0.01 and I'm entering with millions, and I don't have problems on KSEX or MEXC. So that's just my 2 cents. If you guys want to pay more, be my guest. I get it if you're limited to do so based on country. I fully understand that, and that sucks. The only way that I would consider paying more is if I could trade on Binance. That's the only way because Binance is really nice. I really do like Binance. I would pay a premium price to trade on there, but I'm too good for them. Apparently, they kicked me off. So,
Because you're in Canada.
bro,
They hate the
I asked them. I said,
Canadians.
you know what I said to them?
Huh.
They're the customer service VIP people were talking to me, like a few years ago, and they're like, I was like, okay, listen, what's it going to take? I heard they were taking like not bribes, but like indirect bribes in a way where if you offered to like up your trading size and leave more money on the exchange that they may keep you kind of thing. So I said, listen, what if I put 30 mil on here right now in USDT and I start I'll leave it on there at all times. So we keep me on here and they're like, no. I said 100 mil. They're like, no. I'm like, okay, bye bye.
There's no way. Yeah, right. Jeez, man.
Just want to see what they'd say, right? But they wouldn't budge. So,
Go, 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 go.
all right, I guess our bear show eyes winning this time.
Yeah, man.
This would have been like a banger trade. Like, wow, holy shit. The entry was here. The stop was like here. It was like a 20, or actually, it was a $27 stop. Uh, yeah. Risk reward 7.74. That's insane.
I got in.
Wow.
I got in once we broke underneath that
Hello.
node, the node.
Yeah, I got in right here on this bearish candle finally breaking down. So my entry's kind of crap. 90.062. My
Mine.
stop was here.
Oh, you beat me though. I got 90.50. 90.50.8.
Well,
No,
I'm actually going to take partial. If we react from this view up, I'm closing half.
no.
But my stop's at DE right now. Yeah, okay, I'm taking half out, man. I don't care. I'm taking half out right now. Sorry, guys. Had GP.
Great TP. Sweep that low.
Didn't mean to move the market up on me, on you guys there. Had to.
Oh man, bro, that would be crazy if they just pop off the VWAP now.
Yeah, I couldn't risk that one. I seen somebody else. Somebody else was getting a little greedy with that TP, so I had to indulge
Mm-mm.
with that one as well.
Yeah, of course, bro. Pay
The
yourself.
way this here looks a little nasty.
It look that high doesn't look great. It doesn't look nice at all. I don't like it.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Well, here's the thing. Remember the structure drawing? Look, this could be a higher low. This can be the higher high. It's in
Absolutely.
demand. It hit VWAP, so like you know, I got half out. My stops actually. I'm gonna put the other half of my stop loss right about here, a little bit below my entry. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna put the BE. What am I saying? That's
Yep.
BE.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's BE.
Let's see if it support and resist. Oh, this is the 30-second though.
Gonna go up, bro.
I could see that, bro. I could see that, to be
I think
honest.
we're getting BE'd on the rest. I
Yeah,
do.
yeah. I'm gonna get stopped out for
Yeah,
sure.
we're gonna get stop there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
cause
stop.
once we broke that low, I moved my stop right under that
Oh,
or right above that freaking.
trying to
Look at
save it.
that.
What are you trying
That's
to save it for?
support
They're
and
trying to save it.
support and
They're trying to
resistance.
save it. Yeah, we got SR guys trying to save the day. Come on,
Great.
SR guys. Short the farm.
Carl, come on. Nah, Carl doesn't use support and resistance. He uses a little 17-year-old kid from Dubai.
It's not too bad on the one. I mean, it's not too bad of a wick right there.
No, and it's where you'd like to see a rejection from, but
I
I
think we're
don't
gonna,
know.
I think we're gonna get smoked, bro. I don't know. Something's telling me we're gonna get smoked here. I hope I'm wrong.
I'm fine with it, man. Where I'm at now, it's kind of just like okay.
Half out with
Like
me. You, you took half out with me.
I took a bit out. I didn't take half, but I took a bit out. I front ran you though. I front ran you. I hit that low was my take profit there, the where your blue box ends.
Well, maybe the SR guys are going to save the day. We get really lucky here. You lose that VWAP, but you lose a POC. This is going to be a runner short, I think. All these guys that are long, getting along in this whole move up are going to get smoked here in a minute if we lose this low. Got to close though, right? You got to see a real rejection,
Bro, it's
not just a wick up and wick back up again. That doesn't count.
yeah, there's no follow through. You have all those vectors there, and then it stopped. No more vectors. The rest was just us monkeys pushing it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, Binance is the shit, bro. Binance is awesome. It's like I like using Binance for volume because it literally has the most volume anywhere. Like it's not even like if you look on what was it, Coin Market Cap, Binance's volume's like multiples of what the second place volume is. Let me see. Yeah, freaking Binance, their 24-hour trading volume is $17 billion. Coinbase, it is 2 billion. That's the second one underneath. So just shows you how much volume they actually have. You ever heard of Upbit, Phoenix?
I accidentally shared the wrong whale picture. Um, did I ever hear of what?
Upbit?
No.
Well, it's the third highest volume exchange. So it's probably some Russian shell company or something. I don't know.
Probably a bit. Yeah, I think we might get smoked. Though. I don't know,
It's
man.
it's all right. Like honestly, man, we had a plan. Like my plan was, you know what? Let's hit that node. If we can
I'm
reject from
glad they
there,
gave me a second chance to get in, though. I am. I'm thankful for the second chance, Mr. Market Makers.
yeah.
Even though he's licked past the second lick wick zone a little tiny bit, whatever, isn't the end of the world. That's why I didn't take it right here because I seen them wick past it a little bit. I waited for like actually bearish continuation. I got in basically like right here on this close, and I covered like here-ish. So it wasn't bad, but it's not really the, not to call mom over or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I told you guys I could reject it from here. So if you didn't take it, well, I know the signal's clear when Bailey's design comments and he's like, I'm in. Like that's how I know the signal was like super clear on my behalf and your behalf. So yeah, because he's like, yeah, bro, I took it. I'm like,
Like
okay, yeah, this guy, he
guys,
heard it.
like have your plan. If your risk management is on point, even if we do get burned and get broke out, it's like literally we lost a cheeseburger. We live to trade another day. Now, if you do some
Oh,
dumb
yeah.
shit and just go full port with a fucking or freaking $500 stop loss, that's on you, bro. you know.
Yeah. So here's the thing, like, yeah, I got smoked at the beginning of the stream too, by the way, for those that maybe forgot. Here's the thing though. I lost a 0.5% trying a trade, whoop-de-doo, .a, doesn't matter, for a plus 3.5% winner here. Like it's a half trade-off. So now I'm up what? Plus 3%. Right? I lost one, whatever, 50-50 win rate. I'm up 3% on my account balance. That easy in a matter of minutes.
Yeah,
Do
man.
you know what I mean?
People think win rate is the most important thing, and it's not at all. Like freaking, I remember Kite Crypto way back in the day had like a 40% win rate, and he was making bread just because his risk management was on point.
Listen, I would say, and I'm not just trying to say it to be like cocky or anything. So don't take it the wrong way. Or like I'm not trying to sound wrong here by saying what I'm saying, but I would say out of all of the streams that I've done, I probably missed out on over like 50 mil, probably at least 30 mil. I'm gonna say more like 30 to 50 mil just teaching. You know what I mean? But that's okay. It makes me a better trader teaching. So I will trade it off. But if I had to hit the actual lick wick here, that would have been a 0.5% trade off for a total of actually it was a $36 stop loss. I don't know why I thought I said 27 last time. Oh yeah, because I had a tire last time. Whatever. If I timed the low, which I would have on that TP like I just did, 6.62%. So yeah, that would have been a huge difference, massive difference, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's fine. So now I wouldn't be looking to take a new trade. I think I'm going to get stopped out on the other half. My stop loss placement was above the. Where did I put it there?
Oh,
15.
I'm out.
Yeah, I told. Yeah, we're out. That's okay. That's
Now watch
okay.
it dump.
No,
I'm gonna
it
laugh.
might. This is a vector. It's going to get. Yeah, this could be another short entry here, but I think it's quite risky. So if you made money, you can afford to try one, but I'm not going to take this one yet. I think they just hunted what was left in our trades. I'm serious. They did too.
That's gay.
Just got hunted, bro. I just
But
got
look,
hunted.
look where it
Yeah,
went. It filled that little 30-second imbalance up there. These imbalances matter, man. These imbalances
yeah.
matter.
I
Oh, it
didn't notice that.
partially filled it. You know,
I didn't notice that actually until now. So am I blind, or is there no point of control on that range?
it's up.
Huh?
No, it's at the bottom. It's at the value area low down there. The value area
Yes.
low is the point of control.
Yeah. So I got in here basically on this candle close. My stop loss placement when this was this engulfing candle right here because I knew there's nothing left here. You already visited this level multiple times. There's no point in coming back up. Sometimes it'll happen. I'll get burnt, sure, but I just went with it, man. I just went with it. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. They came back for Phoenix and Spartan just to go lower. Oh
Hey,
well.
we
I
need to
closed.
kick
Listen, I
some
closed
people
half
out of the
out, bro.
stream.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I closed half out. I'm
On
good.
my favorite four-letter word. Next.
Let's see if we can get another one right here. If you lose this low right here, I'm taking. Oh, wow. What was that? That was like a. I think I just had it like an aneurysm.
Nice.
Um, but if we do something like this, let me think right quick. If we shoot straight through this, I hope it's a vector. And then I'll look for a back test short, something in the lower end from here to here. I'd want to see more like a 40%, 30 to 40% retracement short for a continuation down. I don't think I'd want to see it come like all the way back up to here again, but we'll watch. I'm waiting for this low to be watched here. We might have another like high risk reward trade here. Let's see. I wouldn't long this because we're in the extreme premium. I don't think I want to short it either here. Could be a short, but I don't really like it.
This is getting kind of stupid, to be honest. Bro, the 30-second is so dramatic, man. How do you not have brain bleeds going on?
I usually use the 15 and I'm seriously trading. I use 15, 30, 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minute, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour. Those are my mains. I switch them
Jeez.
up sometimes, right? But they're as of now, those are my main time frames, right? Like,
No.
but you got to remember, I'm using this at like I'm not just looking at one chart, right? Like I'm typically looking at like a template like this, for example, all at once, just like this.
Yeah.
And the reason why, because I could see everything happening at once, right? With on one monitor, I can see it all. I don't just use one; I have multiple, but it's nicer this way. Um, obviously, the reason why I borrowed this from a friend just to kind of replicate it on my own, but I'm going to use his layout. I just never got around to changing it yet, but I do like how he has the auto fib pulls for me, so they're very nice. So I can see what other people are looking at. So I didn't have to draw this golden pocket here, or the 786. It's pulling the structure for me using my market structure rules. So that's pretty nice. I like that. I like to see what other people look at, obviously, yeah. So right now we have a 618 and a 66 right above us here. They didn't tag that yet in the red vector, so maybe they kill it off here again. I don't know. Let's see.
Nah, this. I think this thing's gonna push up, man.
What's that?
I think this thing's gonna push up. Personally,
Really trying to hold here, isn't it? It's really trying to hold here. Yeah, I agree.
I'm looking
Yeah.
for now. I'm looking for the break and back test of that node. I'll take a long off of a back test of that node. I know it's not in the greatest spot ever, but I do think we have enough room to
90.1.
91-ish, 90.1-ish. So if we get the back test at 90.1-ish, then yeah, I definitely think. Let me
But
see.
you want to see these highs go first, though, right? Just to confirm.
You know what, man? That's tough. That's a tough call. I would take a retest from there because I would take the risk to take out those highs because I could keep my stop relatively tight around that area. But I kind of like right now, like we broke down right through it, so that's not a proper retest. You know, it I would like to see in a perfect world is a break, a retest, then break the highs with that retest. That would be nice. That would be a good move in my opinion. I don't know. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know
I
what
mean,
I
there's an
mean?
awful lot of wicks here.
There there is, man. It's like a six tap now. Oh, look, we're going to die
Look
now.
at all look at all the wicks on both sides, bro. That's crazy.
Is there something news-wise going on? Like, is somebody? Nah, I would be moving a lot more than this. But if you go
I
up
don't
to
know. It's almost like
on the 1 hour, it still just looks like a back test of that
uh,
node.
they're actually. Oh, okay.
What?
There's more. There's another OI div here. If it will load for me, I don't know what the issue is here.
What's that? Another liquid?
Okay, that was weird.
The blue box?
Yeah. Oh, I'm wrong. I thought there was another OI div here, but there's not. Actually, there might be on like the one local one. No, 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 no. Yeah, there is between here and then here, but that's kind of internal. It's kind of internal, right? So I usually don't like those ones as much.
Mm.
So I'm more skeptical to use that, but it's working. So it's definitely working. So we had the reason why they bounced it here. Not only was it VWAP, you had a local golden pocket here, as you can see between my dotted lines. It's drawing the golden pocket out for me. You can see it there. If I can double check it from this low to this high. There you. Oh, where did I wait? Where did that go? What? Okay, that's weird. I think I broke my golden pocket tool, bro. Oh, there it is. Couldn't see it. Oh, that must be a bigger pull then. Huh. What pull is that? That's broken. Bro, this indicator's glitching out, I think. That shouldn't be here. That shouldn't be here. Oh, it's a bearish one. Why is it still drawing the bearish one in? That's weird. Yeah, she's broken. But it worked anyway. I don't know why.
Hmm.
It's weird. No, it actually was like a mid, more of a 786, I would suspect. We got the fib guys out trying to make some money right now between the 6.5 and the 786, which was also demand as a whole and a backtest of the bearish GP, which is interesting. Yeah, this is chop suey, guys. If you don't want to get in and out of trades, you are in the wrong spot. If you want to get in and out, you know what you're doing, you can trade this. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait for something better, such as mitigating of this order block or sweeping out this high. Maybe sweeping this high, but if you sweep this high, you should hit this order block anyway, right? Because you have a little imbalance left. I'm on the one, but let me go to the 2 minute. Here's your 2 minute block, as you can see. My 2 minute order block's right here. Let me go to the three. Is that a 5 minute block? That's a 5 minute block as well. We'll go to 10. Is there a 10 minute block? No, my 10 minute block's mitigated already. You can see. So basically, anywhere from here, 92.16 up to, I'm going to show you where they start, obviously, up to 92.57 on the 2 minute order block beginning. I wouldn't go lower than that. I would just draw the whole thing. I would draw the whole thing, just like this, over like this. Between here and here is your 5 minute. This is just TR main. It's just a modified version of TR main. Same one that I shared in the
That's
Discord.
that's Tino's, no?
But this isn't. This is a modified version of it. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, this is the one that I shared. I gave everybody. It's just so I can give you guys the source code again. I know I posted it multiple times, but here, just add this to TradingView. No, no, no. This one right here. Here's the text for it. You can add that. You can add that yourself. That is exactly what I'm using. But it's my own indicator. I use ChatGPT to make it. Very simple. It just pulls the same data Like it's very simple data, right? This is not my indicator to give away. It's not. It's privatized, unfortunately. It's a friend's. It's his personal indicator, right?
I think
I can't do that.
I think BFR is finishing up one that he's making. If he does, guys, I'll send it to you guys. He doesn't mind sharing his things at all.
Yeah, this guy does, so I
No,
can't, unfortunately.
I get it. I get it, man. It's a
I
lot of
can't if I
work.
wanted to. I can't, bro. There's no way for me to access it, right? Like I'm invited to it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's a
it's
paid indicator.
mhm.
Like can't I can't do anything about that, right? But I have they had to be granted the script access and everything. So even if I want to, by the way, we had a little distribution here. I just noticed. So if we back test, I might look for something. Although I'm not a really big fan of what's going on here.
All those
It's so
vectors
weird,
with
man.
no follow through, man.
No. That's why I don't like it. I don't trust it.
It's very Asia like.
Well, we had a distribution here. You had your one, two, three, and then you have a distribution here. You know, what's the point of like why do we need two of them is the question. Right next to one another, you know? It's
Yeah.
kind of strange. So I don't I'm gonna wait for something better, I think. This is too
I don't know, man. I kind of think they're gonna push this thing up. Hopefully, maybe not. No, that's AAVP. Guys, if can you do something for me so you can show them where the anchored volume profile is? Can you go to the section? Wait, is it? Yeah, that one right there. No, no, you were there. So if you go to the measuring, like where the long position is, anchored volume profile is that one right there. And then the fixed range is there also. Both of the ones that I put in the chat are there. So
you change your you leave the value to 70 and then 200 or 400 on the row size.
like 180.
I use 200.
It doesn't matter, man. You're getting the same amount of detail between 20 points, you know.
Yeah, the
For
11X is my
for my
friend's
for my anchor volume profile, I keep it one color. I just do total volume. My eyes
yeah,
start to hurt.
yeah. Biggest part of it. Auto fib, my market structure draws in everything you see on the screen here. It's all packaged, right? Um, there's a lot going on here, but yeah, it's my friend's. My friend isn't doing it for his own gain. Like it was originally made for him. Listen, he's a multimillionaire, right? Like this guy trades bigger than I do, and he's helping a friend out, right? It's one of his friends that's the programmer. It was only meant to be a private thing, but they do. Hey, listen, I'm not promoting it, but if you do want to inquire about it, I might be able to get you like a discount on it. I don't know. I can ask. I don't really like to do indicator shilling, bro. It's not my thing, but I do like the structure and I do like all of it. So
You know, and just understand, guys, how Phoenix is using it, man. He's not relying on those indicators. He has his
no, I don't
ideas
either.
and then looks at the indicators, and it's kind of like an extra safety blanket of confluence to be like, okay, this makes sense.
This is what I was testing his template because I wanted to see how I can create my own and improve on it. And I kind of just got used to his template on the lower time frame, but I'm getting rid of it soon. Like I don't like I said, I listen, guys. I wrote the book on how do you trade this way. You know, an indicator is not going to outperform me. You know, if you take my course, it's not going to outperform the course. You do not need an indicator to draw in market structure. You should know how to draw in the market structure. You shouldn't need it. Period. You know, that's my opinion, and you shouldn't need an indicator to draw the fibs in either. Like it takes 2 seconds to pull that fib. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't use indicators for things you don't know how to do. If you don't know how to pull a fib, do not get an indicator to tell you how to do it because it's going to give you a wrong one or it's going to give you something you're not wanting to look at. Same with order blocks. Those order block indicators, they're cool if you already know how to draw order blocks and you know how to ignore which ones are legit and which ones are bullcrap. But like learn how to do it on your own first and then use that kind of to
Absolutely.
help you out, you know?
Didn't your mom ever tell you not to pull your fib, Spartan? in public?
I pull my fib all the time in public. I don't care.
I
It's Miami, bro. Freaking nobody cares.
guess you can get away with it.
I'm pulling my fib. There's other dudes pulling their, you know. So if I'm pulling a trading views, if I'm pulling a trading view freaking indicator, I think I'm good versus the crackhead on the corner.
USD. Okay, I don't know what chart that you're showing. Yeah, BTC USD VWAP will always look different than USDT for some reason. Like if I go over here, do I even have a USD chart opened? Let me see. No, I don't. Let me open one right quick. Let me see. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, of course it's gonna be different. It's always different. So I kind of like to use both. Like I kind of switch back and forth. Like I don't know why I didn't do that tonight, but I usually do when I'm trading on my own time. Like I'll look and I'll say, okay, we missed the VWAP on one right here. We missed it again here, but did we hit it over here? Yes, we did both times. It's actually a very nice VWAP deviation. So even when we're close to VWAP, like one way you can do it is you can just assume it's touched, right? Or you can check. I don't really care if it's hit to the dollar because I don't look at VWAP as to the dollar, right? Like a lot of guys use it to the dollar. I look at VWAP like this. I picture it like this, okay? I picture a little tiny deviation band around it like that. And then I do the same thing underneath it like this. Not a standard deviation, okay? Big difference. Just a regular little aura band around it in a way, if that makes sense. Like that's close enough for me to say VWAP was hit. That's close enough for me to say VWAP was hit, even if it wasn't hit over here. Don't care. That's a VWAP touch. That's why I told you guys I'm TPing on that short. That closed half out right there. Can't help to take profit on such a very important level, especially when they're messing around so much this evening. You know, the Asians are having fun tonight with our emotions. So, like, look at this thing, bro. Like, look at this, bro. Like, they don't know what to do. It's up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, it's kind of hard to trade this. In fact, I might actually look at an altcoin for fun, right quick, bro. Do you see this?
What is that? That's oh my god.
Yeah, it is. What do you think it is? Look at that wick, bro.
Oh my
There's skull emojis in.
god.
I thought there was a skull emoji in here.
There it is. What was that retrace? What was the percentage?
See,
Holy shit. Oh, that
34.5%.
what's that's the monthly though. What does the lower time frames look like?
34.5. That's the most.
Fucking damn. I'm sorry, guys. But that pump was mainly caused by the Zcash, falling out.
It's a blow off top, bro. It's a blow off top. So here's the thing. Like it's not like your traditional power of three because of how much of a blow off top it is. It's not really what I call like a legible distribution either, but the chances are after an asset SFPs, like if this actually does close as a monthly SFP, which we have what about 10 days left to figure this out. If this does close as a monthly SFP, then I think you might retrace some of the wick. I don't even think you'd hit par up here on this wick, but we might get some of it back, maybe halfway. But I don't see this again. Not anytime soon. I'd be damn surprised. Okay, I will be. I'll eat Spartan socks if we touch this high again. Okay,
I got the perfect
now,
sock for you, bro.
I'm only kidding, bro. I wouldn't do that. Your socks are disgusting.
I got the one particular sock
Sicko.
for you, bro. Nah, bro, what are you talking about? That's Monero. So that's a bull flag. What do you mean, bro?
Full flag, bro.
Could you imagine? I'm sure there are people that are like, "Yeah, that's a bull flag. We haven't broken the low yet. It's just a higher low."
Eating socks in Phoenix. Um, yeah, right here. Look, this thing's gonna get smoked if we go underneath 420. I'll round it up for my cannabis smokers out there. If we go under 420, it should actually be 412, but I will round it up because I know Spartan gets excitement when I say that out loud.
Woohoo!
If we go under 420, we're probably going to see a full rotation down to at least 230. Okay. So this is your line in the sand. Obviously, look for swing shorts on any valid retracement. I don't see any longs here. If you want to try a long, you're playing a dangerous game. Maybe you can scalp it in and out, but you're playing a dangerous game. I would sooner just wait for a swing short. So I'm actually gonna do just that. If we get up into this order block up here, if we're lucky enough to, that's a hard if. I'm gonna look for a short here, all the way down to here. So basically, just a swing short trade, nothing too fancy. 603 is the entry. Stop loss 640. Okay. I'm also watching for this 12-hour order block. So either or is fine with me. I'm gonna reconfirm it using low time frame upwards market structure. Top entry 663, invalidation 721. I don't think you'll even come near that, but anyways, yeah. These are the two ideas that I have. If we come into them, awesome. If not, well, whatever. But I'll have an alert for each one, and we'll talk about it again if we get there. I will not trade this otherwise. Okay, I'm going to actually close this out because I don't want to look at it right now. Here's the thing I've also been looking at is the other chart. They have a valid. Let me turn this vector off. Here's a range. Here's the others, excluding the top 10, of course. Usually, this is a good one to watch. Extend right on that. There we go. We have a distribution 1, 2, 3, another distribution 1, 2, 3. It's trying to leave equal lows here. They're likely not to remain intact. This could be bad for the alts, but I think I do have a zone right here. Okay, in my zone, if we hit it and we're bouncing off of it, I'm probably going to, as long as Bitcoin's looking reasonable at the time, I'm gonna degen into some altcoins, excluding the top 10. So I want to see 1.23, oh, sorry, 123.55 and 108.94. That's a good price range for me. Like if we get something like this, that'd be great. I think it could turn into an accumulation up, but it may not happen anytime soon. But if you guys want to watch that zone, it's a good zone to watch. Um, Cardano, I think Cardano came into my liquid zone. Yeah, it is. What's going on here? I broke my template or what? It was an hourly one. Yeah, it was. Yep. Cardano came right into it twice, actually.
I don't want to think about Cardano. I hate that coin. Cardano's made me so sad. You're breaking up,
Change
buddy.
it. You had the. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were breaking up a little bit.
Still breaking up.
No, you're good now.
Okay. We had a chalk here. Obviously, change of structure failure, and then immediately like sell, buy to sell to buy, or yeah, well, sorry, buy to sell. Yeah, buy sell to buy, with another move back into this wick down here. The lower end of this wick was then tested. You had a very nice little switcheroo with the vectors down here, and then up you go. Yeah, I don't really like this coin, bro, but I think if we start closing above here, we'll probably get a fill of at least half of this bigger vector here. More than likely into a breaker to test the breaker first, I mean. You just turn this off now. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I kind of like this zone right here. It's already hit though. Yeah, you know what? I'd draw that in. I would draw this. I would draw this guy over here, just like this. I would take him up like that. So basically, on Cardano, where I'd watch, it's anywhere from 38.64 up to and including 39.35. And if you fill that big inefficiency candle and you're seeing sign of rejection up in here, hopefully Bitcoin's doing something similar at the time. This is going to be the short zone for me anyway.
Mm.
XMR was changed from BTC after robbery of 1459 BTC on January 10th. Oh, that's why they did that? Yeah, well, in that case, then it doesn't sound very fundamentally positive. That's crazy, bro. This is still crazy to me. I still can't believe how similar this looks, bro. It's crazy, crazy. But what do you think, Spartan? Do you think we're going to the moon, or do you think this is going to play out as it's been playing out for the last few months? What do you think? No pressure. No pressure. Okay.
Yes.
What do you mean? Yes.
Yes.
Not an answer.
That's literally an answer. Yes. Um, honestly, bro, like I like it. I like it a lot, bro, because it does bear so many similarities between this and 2022. But I'm also of the right mind that, if we break above the POC and start getting a little bit higher, like 100, like shit could run, bro. And the thing is, I don't know, man. Like the sentiment I've seen, people are bearish as hell. I don't really see too many people being bullish right now. So I think Max Payne is up. And that's just my personal opinion. I think Max Payne is up. Like, but whatever. I have no
Well,
opinion.
your
Like,
opinion sucks. Okay.
it's all right. It can be all right. Look, we're moving up. We're moving up. We're moving on up. Let's keep moving.
Hold on, up in the world. Okay, we're in my zone now. We'll see if we hold it. Well, these vectors on the lower time frame. Holy smokes! All right, we'll see. We'll see.
Like don't get me wrong. Like the fractal's great. I agree. Like we are definitely following that fractal, but you know, I I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I hear a lot of bearish ass people. I really do. I really do. But maybe I don't know. I'm not on X or anything, so I don't know how the general sentiment is. Maybe it's super bullish. Maybe I'm just wrong. But right now, it's kind of hard to say just because the lack of participants in the market. If you look at what's it called, open interest, and you zoom out. Let me see if I can pull this up on mine just to make sure I'm not talking shit. Um,
I'll
OI,
talk.
just the standard open interest, like freaking, we bottomed out. Open interest bottomed out like around, what was it? October.
Yeah.
Yeah, once we started dumping, there hasn't been too many people that have been deciding to trade. And then even so far as freaking from the November 20th, we've been just kind of eating shit down here. So I don't know, man. Like, is it gonna be so perfect that we hit the POC and the anchored VWAP and that's gonna be our top? It could happen, but I don't see the utility though of looking much higher from where we are since we have so many things in the way, you know? Like, I'd rather just trade it node to node and freaking if we make it all the way up to the nodes at 113K, I'll be happy. If we don't, hopefully I find myself in a good short at one of the other ones when we reject, you know? So, that's just my personal opinion about it.
Yeah.
I know it probably sucks, but whatever. I know it probably sucks, but whatever, man. I know. All right, fine. Here's the White Phoenix. Yeah, I think this fractal's gonna play out exactly, and we're headed to 33.6 by October 6th, 2026.
October 5th. Okay.
October
October
what?
5th.
October 5th.
October 5th
October 5th. Yep.
for the record.
Yep. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, Bitcoin is gay, and they should just kill it and forget about it and start something new. Yo, hey, but freaking, do you have much else to go over? Because it's been like an hour and a half already.
No, no, no. I'm done. I'm done.
Awesome. Awesome, man.
Not in
So,
a trade yet. See if we get one or not. I'm waiting for that. I'm kind of hoping they just take the high now, to be honest, bro.
yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool if they take the high now.
We'll
I'm,
pull back first, but we'll see.
yeah. Oh, man, that's. I hopefully we get a retest of 90.1. You know, I think I can have a reasonable stop underneath that. The thing that I'm worried about is taking that trade before the highs. What if we just SFP those highs? You know? So, but
Yeah.
I would really like to see it go from 90.1 up to 91.4. That would be nice. There are things within the middle of that though that we have to be careful. I know 90.6, there's a little something something there. But if we get a good retest from here, you know, maybe stop underneath 80.9 or 80.8 and then take it up there, what would that be? That would be a, let's do the furthest one. That would be a
Yeah.
4R trade if we make it all the way up there. It wouldn't be
Yeah.
4R because I would de-risk a lot sooner. I would de-risk a lot sooner before that node up there. But I do
Oh,
think if we go up to 91.4, we're sweeping those highs. You know what I mean? If we get up to those nodes, like I think we're gonna sweep that high into that freaking 91.8 ish area, that little range on the 5 minute. But but yeah, should be fun to see, man. Should be interesting. Should be a fun couple weeks. You know, we've asked for excitement, we're getting excitement. Too bad it's in like
yeah.
couple dollar range, but a couple $1,000 range. But all right, hey, by the way, guys, I'm gonna load tonight's stream and yesterday's stream. I thought I loaded it, but when I came back from school today, I saw that it never sent through. So I will get that uploaded for you guys. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all. All right, you gonna end the stream, bro?
Yeah. Right, guys, take care and just wait for better criteria to enter. I'm not touching anything until I get structure now. But cheers. Have a great evening.
Take it easy, guys. God bless. Peace.